And of course, Yannick Sinner's a 3-month ban, a doping suspension. It has caused a real stir, and elite players on the tour, they're not happy.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't be happy either. We've seen Nick Kyrgios, has seen Stan Wawrinka posting that it's a really sad day for tennis, that this has been allowed to happen, and we're seeing time and time again these issues play out with WADA. And I know from being an athlete, I would just want the person that I'm competing against to be clean and know that they're clean, and that confidence, I think, has been lost throughout this whole process.
Well, this has been a real 12-month process. It has certainly dragged on. Of course, we won't forget the moment Yannick Sinner, he won his maiden Grand Slam here in Australia 12 months ago, claiming the 2024 Australian Open. The following March, he tested positive. He was provisionally suspended in April and then cleared again in August. Then he went on to claim his second Grand Slam. That was the US Open, before the case was reopened. And then, with it all hanging over his head, he came down under, successfully defended his Australian Open title before accepting a 3-month ban, and he won't have to sit out any Grand Slam, so he will be back for Roland Garros 2025. Does WADA need a complete overhaul?
It really does. I think the timing of this suspension is certainly convenient for Yannick Sinner. As you mentioned, he won't be missing a Grand Slam, but these decisions have completely eroded the trust and the integrity of the whole anti-doping process, and we need to think about why anti-doping is there in the first place. It seems to be that if you can afford the right lawyers and you can negotiate the right outcomes, that you really control what the outcome is if you're the player, and it shouldn't be the case at all.
Used to be a hard line, and now it's not. As you mentioned, if you've got a good enough team and can think of a good enough excuse, you can negotiate with WADA. And it used to be any athlete, Ali, you were responsible for anything that goes into your body or onto your body, and you took full responsibility. And so that's why there were so many checks and balances. But it seems like, and well done to Sinner's team to be able to negotiate an outcome that's best for him.
Bit of a toothless tiger, aren't they? And the fact is, it should be black and white. Sometimes that could be unfair, but at the end of the day, that is the fairest overall. When you've got, if you've got a system in your body, that's a 2-year ban. Simple as that. And the fact is, he's back for Monte Carlo, Sinner, so he gets to actually have a whole tournament in the lead up on clay before the French. So it's like, what date would you like to come back, brother? Well, here it is. It's just really unfair that it seems to be one system for one and one for someone else.
Soon we'll be seeing athletes taking their WADA bans over their Christmas break when they're not training anyway. We'll be seeing that in the future.
Well, Laureus, they have withdrawn his nomination for Sportsman of the Year. Is this going to follow him throughout the remainder of his career?
I think so, definitely. I think drugs is such a thing now, and people are so aware of it and so forth. There's always going to be a little question mark, on him, and there's going to be a little people thinking, well, did he actually do it in the right way?